it's Tammy. Hope to find everybody doing well. We're doing pretty good. My husband and I went fishing this past Saturday, and he hurt his foot, and so he's been off work for a couple days, but he's back to work and all that kind of good stuff, so we're getting things in gear again. A few things I want to say is, for one thing, I apologize for my dryer. It's running right now, if you hear it. And second of all, me and Lori from Whipworld Hall has been talking about the pie, doing the pies. And she's big on pies anyway. I apologize. I forgot this was on before I started this. She's big on pies herself. So we thought about doing a collaboration, and maybe not start it till October. That way it would be, you know, for the holidays and stuff like that. And we can get more pies involved if we do a collaboration, as well as bring in some other channels that maybe you haven't even heard of yet, and to help encourage them. And so that's what we're gonna be doing in that. So we can expect that in October. I can't say for sure whether it's gonna be the first week of October, second week, but it'll be right in there. Because that was just what would work best for Lori, as well as everybody being able to get prepared for it. Because those collaborations are fun anyway, and I think it's a joy to be able to get other people involved like that, and Lori does too. Lori's big on that anyway. So that'll be good. I'm really excited about that. Second of all, the reason I look like I do right now, you won't hardly ever see me dressed up, and this is pretty dressed up for me because I'm not an overly dressy person. But that's why I thought I'd do this video. I thought, well, they're going to see this once in a blue moon, so. And I know this ain't saying a whole lot, but anyway. No, one of my daughters, my middle daughter, her and her husband are wanting to take me and my husband on a riverboat, guess you'd say cruise. I don't think it's a cruise. I don't know what you call it. A riverboat dinner. That's it. I think is what they call it. And it's just one of our local rivers around here, and we go on, it's the paddle boat type. We'll go on it and have lunch, and we're going to do it late in the afternoon. That way it'll get dark, so I think it'll be pretty tonight. And I'll try to get some pictures or something if I can remember to do so, to show you guys a little bit. But we don't never get to do anything like this, so I'm kind of excited to get to go. And we haven't been on vacation in God knows when. My youngest daughter was still home. She was 18, and she's now 26. So that tells you how long it's been since we were. But anyway, want to share a little tip with you while I'm at it here. And I thought it's pretty cool. And I actually already did this yesterday, and I had made the video, but whenever I talked to Lori and we decided about the collaboration thing, I thought, well, I'll just throw this in there, what I did, because it's pretty simple what I did anyway. This is full of, the liquid you see in here is just plain old white distilled vinegar. Now, if you'll look close in here, you'll see these wooded sticks and stuff, and you can see some right in here. Hopefully you can see there's some cinnamon sticks in there. They're starting to unfold, and you can tell it's good. But there's actually 4 cinnamon sticks in here. And what I did is, as I harvested, which I done, the base has actually been sitting for a couple weeks until yesterday, and I added my mint. But before I had added my basil, I harvest my basil after I dry my basil and all that kind of good stuff. I harvest it. I take the leaves off of my stalks, and then I take my stalks and I break them up and I put them in here. Now, yesterday I did the same with my mint, which I've still got more mint to harvest, but this is what I got harvested yesterday, or put up yesterday. And I took the stalks and I put in here. Now, you can also put, like, if you've got let's say hypothetically, you've got a basil plant that one side of it, something is weird with it, something happened to it, something got a hold of it, or whatever the case may be. I always wash this stuff too before I do all this, before I dry them actually. You can take that it's not edible for you, put it that way, but you can put it in this. And what I do with this is I'm going to let this sit in this vinegar for 6 to 8 weeks, just depending on how long I want to do it. And then I will strain this in a sieve, a wire mesh strainer. If you want to and you want to get all the little bitty particles out, you can strain it on through a cheesecloth or something of the sort, coffee filter or whatever. And then I put it in this ain't the type of spray bottle I use. I use actually just an old cheap plastic one. But you can put it in a spray bottle. And what I use this for is I use it in my chicken coop. And I spray the nesting boxes, I spray the roosting area, I spray just a little bit of everywhere in there. And generally when I do it is whenever I notice the flies are bad. The flies are, I'm so sorry, I should have turned that off. The flies are bad or whatever, I can spray that around things. I've even sprayed it on my goats actually. Whenever I notice the flies is really bothering, it'll help repel mites. Any kind of insect, it'll help repel. And plus, I really believe that my hens will enjoy going into their nesting boxes whenever I've sprayed this in there. I know you've probably heard, or you may not have, where people put actual herbs in their nesting boxes. Well, this is basically the same aspect. It's just the spray. And I think it goes further if you do it this way. For one thing, I want to utilize my herbs for my own self more so. And this is the scrap stuff that you won't have to throw away. But then after you strain it and you get all that, then you can still throw the stalks and stuff in the compost. Now, I also added, like I said, cinnamon sticks. This stuff smells amazing. These here are cinnamon sticks I've had for probably, I want to say 4 or 5 years. I'm not sure exactly. Most dollar stores, Dollar General, Family Dollar, even Dollar Tree, they carry them. And see, it's only $1 for this whole thing. And I usually use powdered ginger when I do recipes. Every now and then I'll use one of these for something, but for the most part I don't. So these are super cheap. So this is actually, besides my white distilled vinegar, the only money I've got in this. And even me, I'm using a recycled spray bottle from something else I've had. So, you know, super cheap. And this smells amazing. I know, I wish we had smell-o-vision, but it already smells amazing. And the vinegar, you think the vinegar would overpower, but no, it don't overpower at all, I promise. And you can even add to this, I've added rosemary before to it, just what I have. The rosemary stalks or bad rosemary, or even some that you may think is stale that's in your cabinets or whatever. If you don't want to just throw it away, throw it in here. It won't hurt. And even that, if you soften it up, the chickens might eat it after you soften it up in the vinegar, and therefore they're getting the vinegar on top of that. So there you go with that too. I love to see how I can use things over and over and over and spread its use as far as I can. I don't think that's a poverty mentality. I personally feel like I'm just appreciative of what I've got, and I try to use it to its best abilities in every aspect that I can. And that's how I think anyway. You can add rosemary, like I said. You can add thyme to it, and I would have. I don't normally add thyme to it just because I normally let my thyme stay as a whole. You know, I just take some of the leaves, whatever you want to call it, off of it, and you know, allow it to do its thing again. Well, I ain't going to do that this year. My thyme didn't do worth like flip this year. This was the first year I've had it planted on this property, and something in the very bed that I've got my thyme in and a few other things in has been going in there and sleeping at night. I've got marigolds, big old huge marigolds, and some has went in there and laid down in it and just wallered it out. I think they peed on my thyme is what I think happened to it, because it just looks like it's starting to just die out all the way around it. So I ain't using my thyme anyway. But anyway, if you have eucalyptus, I love eucalyptus. It's my favorite scent. I use it a lot in essential oils in my house for different things. I put it in my all-purpose cleaners and different things like that. We can't grow eucalyptus here, or at least I'm pretty sure we can't. So that's how I have to do it. But if you have eucalyptus, that would be wonderful in this. I would love to do that. And all of these things help repel bugs. And for that matter, you could spray them around your house if you wanted to. It'd help repel spiders, mint, and stuff like that, snakes. You could even put some clove in there if you wanted to, if you have cloves, or even essential oils for that matter you could put in this. So the list goes on. Just any kind of fragrant herb would be wonderful in this. But I try not to ever, I don't think I ever do, If I do, I'm not aware of it. I'll put it that way. When I tell you something like this, if I tell you how much I really love it and this, that, and other, it's something I've used for a while. This, I have probably done this 7 or 8 years now, and I continue to do it because I really believe in it. I really think it works good. So I'll try to tell you that. And if it's something that I'm just doing for the first time, I'll try to remember to tell you that. Sometimes I forget some things that I should have said. It's kind of like going to the doctor's office, even though you got a list wrote, sometimes you still forget things you wanted to say. And a lot of times I'll try to repeat that on another video if I ever do that, because I definitely don't want to steer nobody the wrong way, and I definitely want to let you know if it's something I believe in greatly or if it's something I'm trying for the first time and you're getting to be my guinea pigs to find out. So, whatever. But anyway, I will leave it at that. I hope everybody has a great week this week. I appreciate you guys so much. I cannot even begin to tell you how much I appreciate you guys, and your comments has been so super sweet and encouraging for me. My channel's just now really starting to come off the ground a little bit, and that's encouraging, and I'm appreciative. My heart, and I hope people see this, my heart is to truly want to keep old skills alive and to even utilize new skills that's out there, because I really don't want things to die off. I don't live in the past. I don't feel like I live in the past, but at the same time, I think it's important that these things stay alive to help our children and our grandchildren down the road. And when I see that other people appreciate that same thing, that is very encouraging, because sometimes you feel like you're alone in some of those things, because you see the world going on around you in fast mode and get her done mode, which I'm a get her done person, don't get me wrong, but it's different than it is out in the world of just the cycle of how things are. To me, it's grieving. It's very grieving to me. I don't know. I guess I'll leave that alone. But anyway, God bless you guys. Love you guys so much. Appreciate you more than I can ever say. And I will see you soon, because I've got a lot of fall stuff going on, from getting things ready for winter around here for the animals and for the home itself. I've still got things going on in the garden. Not much yet, but it will be. I've got my collard greens planted and my beets planted. I actually put a couple 55-day tomatoes out, 2 of them, in some pots out here. So I'm hoping they take off pretty good. It's kind of a test is what I'm going to do with that. My husband brought home a camper shell the other day. We've been wanting a greenhouse. That's part of our vision, and I need to do a video on that. I actually had one, but I deleted it because it was one of my first videos, and it was kind of, silly. But anyway, part of our vision is we want a big greenhouse. We want to be able to grow vegetables, to sell vegetables and stuff. That's part of our dream of what we want to accomplish here on our farm. And but the other day, and my husband brought home an old camper shell that they just needed to get rid of, and I've got it out here, and I'm going to put some block under it to get it about 3 foot or 3.5 foot off the ground, and I'm going to use it as a mini greenhouse. And the reason, my dad reminded me about this just the other day. He said, do you remember back whenever you was a kid, which back then they were aluminum. Now this one's even got insulation in it, so that's going to be even better. When I was a kid, we used to plant lettuce and onions up underneath the camper shell, Daddy's camper shell that he used, and we'd have lettuce and onions, through cold weather and stuff, colder weather. I mean, eventually that aluminum, we had too cold of weather, aluminum wouldn't keep it going, but it definitely brought in the condensation and held the heat in and stuff like that. So I'm going to do some doctoring up with mine. I've got some old insulation out there that's been messed up, and I'm going to put it in some cinder blocks, maybe 2 cinder blocks high, stick it down in there, and then put the camper shell on top of it, so it'll be a little bit better insulated. So I don't know. I know I'm silly, but I like these kind of things. I like to come up with ways of doing things until I get my big dream of my full-fledged greenhouse. So I'll hush now. And thank you again. God bless. I ask for a thumbs up if you enjoyed this video, and share it if you have somebody maybe that would be interested in hearing some of these things as well. And until next time, I'll see you later.